My name is Allyson Ritchey, and I'm the Multimedia Director of the Slate. I have the privilege to sit down and chat with Dr. Charles Patterson, the 18th President of Shippensburg University.
Hello, Allyson. Glad
Hi.
to join you.
Thank you. So, Dr. Patterson, it's been almost a year since you've been inaugurated, and you've been at Shippensburg for 2 years now, starting as interim president. Can you speak on what you think some of your greatest accomplishments have been in your time here?
That's a good question, Allyson. I don't really look at my accomplishments. I look at serving as the president. I look at being able to move the institution forward in significant ways that address its financial sustainability, that address its brand, its identity, and its ability to serve the students of the Commonwealth. I think some of the things that we've been able to accomplish here were kind of highlighted yesterday in the State of the University address, where we were able to show that we've kind of addressed our declining enrollments. And so this year, the fall of 2023, we actually had a slight increase in headcount for our SHIP students. And so that's great to see that curve flatten. And in the coming years, we look to see that curve continue a trajectory up as we recruit more students and students become really imprinted and understand that the value proposition of a Shippensburg education is very high.
Yeah, that's really awesome. Conversely, are there any moments of dissatisfaction or points of growth that you've seen in your time at Shippensburg that you'd like to address?
I don't know if there's any particular points of dissatisfaction. I mean, running a campus is like running a city. There are high highs and there are low lows, and you take every day with new optimism. Things happen throughout the day. That's the interesting thing about being the president is I always say that there's no 2 days that are the same. Every day is different. Every day has a great opportunity for us to pursue and to grow the institution or to bring resources to the institution. And then every day there's something that you have to tackle. There's always a fire cropping up and there's always something that we need to address. So no 2 days are the same. And so we approach every day with great optimism.
Yeah, that's a great way to look at it. So where do you see campus in 5 to 10 years with that sort of optimism?
I think I see a campus in 5 to 10 years that has more resources to support our students, to support our faculty. We've been actively engaged in advocacy with the General Assembly on the importance of public higher education, the importance of supporting the state system and in turn supporting SHIP and with additional appropriations that allow us to deliver the type of education as a public regional institution that Shippensburg University is. So I see us getting stronger in that way. I also see us growing our enrollment a bit. It's a challenging environment in Pennsylvania, but I do see us growing our enrollment because I think the value proposition, again, of Shippensburg University is strong.
Yeah.
And I also see greater engagement by our corporate partners. We have some really strong companies, small businesses, but also large corporate entities that are interested in the types of students that Shippensburg University is providing to the workforce to meet those high demand career fields in Pennsylvania. And I also see our alumni, donors, and friends giving more of their own support, more of their own finance to our university to support student scholarships, to support capital improvements in buildings. We've seen some of that already, for example, with the Milton Dory Morgan Engineering School. We see that with the facilities that they've helped us to support in the engineering lab, which is also named after the Morgans. So those types of contributions to the university allow us to propel the university's needs.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but last year was a record year for the foundation and fundraising for students?
That's correct. They had a record year last year and this year.
Awesome.
So this year they raised over $10 million in support of Shippensburg University.
That's really awesome. So you talk a lot about supporting the students, and you have established yourself as a trustworthy and direct point of contact for students, giving out your personal cell phone number to current and even prospective students. Would you say that this dynamic still remains today? And do you think that this has helped you as a leader better understand the student body and campus as a whole?
It absolutely has. I am very genuine when I give out my personal cell phone number. Students are very appreciative of that, I think, and they use it willingly at times. It's a good thing for me to hear their voice directly, to hear their concerns. It is part of my leadership style as a servant leader to be able to provide that because I like to hear those voices, whether it's students, faculty, staff, stakeholders, friends of the university. I want to hear what they experience. Sometimes that's not always the case, but by giving that direct connection to the president, I'm able to hear from them directly.
Awesome. So, President Patterson, thank you so much for your time and for chatting with me about your 1 year since inauguration. To our listeners, thank you all for tuning in. This podcast was made by Allyson Ritchey. Many thanks to Joy Arnold, the Secretary of the President's Office, Adam Beam, Jenna Cornell, Professor Lowry, Dr. Drager, and the Slate staff for their assistance with this interview. Make sure to pick up your copies of the Slate at newsstands on campus and around town, or read more at theslateonline.com.